When it comes to Games Workshop and sharing their IP to gaming studios, I'm the first one to stand up and say we haven't had the best of times. Yes, there's been a few games out there that have really stood out, but most of the 40k franchise in the gaming sphere has really been not that good. And I personally think right now is the perfect time for Games Workshop to approach a brand new game that's just hit the market and give them their IP. Yes, I'm talking about Helldivers 2, which shares a lot of similarities with the 40k IP. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. For those of you people who don't know what I'm talking about, Helldivers 2 has just released these past couple of weeks from the studio Arrowhead, and it's exploded on the scene. When I heard about this game and everyone was hyping up, I was like, surely this cannot be that good. I jumped into the game and instantly I was taken, for me, into the 40k IP. The factions in the game are like robots and bugs, but I see them as Necrons, Menevian, if you want to go that far back, and of course the Tyranids. They share a lot of similarities to the 40k IP. For me, this is the most unofficial Warhammer 40,000 game I've ever played, and I'm not trying to put shade on Arrowhead or anything like that. They've done a fantastic game with their own IP, democracy and stuff like that, but as a 40k fanboy, especially for the Imperium, this is literally like playing a 40k simulation game. Now, the main question, a part of this entire video, is why should Games Workshop get into bed with a company like Arrowhead? And I personally feel like Games Workshop has been giving their IP out freely to certain development studios, which doesn't really bring the 40k experience of Warhammer 40,000. The latest one is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I'll put the video in the background right now. You can see some of the animations, some of the skins. It's so bizarre to see like a space marine smoking a cigar, a space marine doing these weird executions in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare scene. It's so off-brand for Warhammer 40,000. What they should be doing, Games Workshop, is approaching games like Helldivers, which already has that kind of Imperial Guard, Last Stand, grim dark feel, bugs, Necrons, as I keep saying, Menevian, if you want to call them that, you know, coming down and you're shooting, blowing things apart, you're losing your fellow teammates, there's drop pods in there. If you go to the ship, you can buy like orbital upgrades and rain down fire. This is all the things that I've always associated with Warhammer 40,000. So I think it makes perfect sense if they take that step and approach Arrowhead and say, hey, we could work together and we could make some pretty awesome things. Now, firstly, let me say, I'm not trying to take away from the Helldivers 2 experience. The IP, the community itself, hopefully they're not offended that I'm trying to 40k it up a bit. I'm just really excited as a 40k fanboy. I think the Arrowhead, what they've done, I think the IP that they've created themselves is absolutely fantastic, and I hope they grow the story. I hope we get more factions, more development, more everything like that. What I'm trying to bring into it is a little bit more fun, which could hopefully earn the game a lot more money, and I'm talking skins. The way this game works is that you can buy in-game currency, but the beautiful thing about it as well is that you actually don't need to buy in-game currency. You can actually earn that by playing the game, finding rare locations. I have friends that have over like 1,000 of the in-game currency and they haven't bought it once. They're literally doing missions, earning it as they play, which is a beautiful thing. We've never seen that before. Well, I've never seen that before in a game like this, so I think it's a perfect thing to do. And when you bring those skins in, I'm not talking about Space Marine skins. I don't want to try and do anything like that. I'm talking like Imperial Guard skins. We've already got that flavor in game of experiencing warfare from the humanities level. So maybe if you bring some extra fun skins in, I'm talking maybe like a Kassakin skin, a Tempest Science skin, something like that. Maybe that could be added in there, like a helmet, a chest pad even, not saying like a full skin, and that will then make people go out and buy it, and everyone wins then. The developers get a little bit of cash to start adding more features, more awesome things to the game. Games Workshop gets a kickback so they can add more stuff in the future to maybe like product lines and more models and more Primarchs returning to Warhammer 40,000 maybe. And we, the fans, win because we get this awesome skin purging on the battlefield. If I turn around and look and I've got 3 friends that are fully kitted out like Kassakins or Tempest Scions or something like that, I'm going to feel absolutely buzzing. I'm going to feel like 100 men charging into the battle, purging these Tyranid foes, purging these Necron forces in Helldivers 2. It's just an experience that I would love to see. Again, just to summarize, I think this game and the 40k franchise are perfect for each other. Maybe the Helldivers 2 developers are like, I don't care about 40k, you know? There's a lot of similarities to 40k. I basically call things like a 40k player does. Like when I see like the Necrons, I keep calling them in this game, the automatons are actually called, like they drop certain stuff and it's like, oh, that is like basically a dreadnought. I call it on chat dreadnought north by 261 and stuff. And you know, everything that what I see in the game, it reminds me of some of the factions that I'm constantly seeing in Warhammer 40,000. So if Games Workshop are going to be giving out their IP, maybe it's time to start looking in the correct direction. Developers like this who are absolutely passionate about their game. We know that Games Workshop have been protected of their IP. Again, we can argue now lately that they haven't with some of the things that we've seen, but mostly they are very, very protective. So if we get these two developers maybe in the same circle, maybe great things can happen between Games Workshop and the Helldivers development team. I think it would be an absolutely wondrous, amazing thing to happen, and everyone who I've talked to about this is like, yeah, that would absolutely work. I'm sure there's some of you out there like, no Valrak, no 40k skins, nothing like that at all. Let Helldivers be Helldivers, and I completely respect that opinion. It's just me being a Space Marine, well, more like an Imperium fanboy, a Guard fanboy at this point, and I think it would look absolutely bloody beautiful in-game. Anyways, Chaperonios, thank you for coming, thank you for watching another video. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, or anything like that, post it down below. I am playing Helldivers on the regular, by the way, if you want to come and join my squad and purge the Xenos and the, well, mechanical foe in the name of democracy, and maybe for the Emperor as well, come and join my Steam group. Link is included in the description of this video. Let me know what you think. Post it down below and have a nice little chin wag down there. See ya. Have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are, and bye-bye.